All right, welcome to Paul's Take. And this is my take on postponing the election. That's right. Wait, hold on a second. I kind of still behind schedule, so I'm not completely ready. So, excuse me while I still try to set up. That's not working out. All right. All right, so here's the deal. This is my first of this type of this kind of show where I'm going live. The plan is to go live every day at 12:30. 12:30. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. Here. Anyhow, so my plan here is you can watch the video here. So I'm doing a live YouTube channel every night at 12:30. That's the plan. And we're going to also simultaneously record this for a podcast. So this is a little nerve-wracking. This is my first time, and I don't really care about going live. Live is kind of scary, which actually makes it a rush as well. Let me see here. Let's see. Yeah. What I have here is a failure to communicate. What am I doing? I am covering up that little thing where it shows you who's watching because it drives me nuts. Okay. Once again, welcome to Paul's Take. And so here's the deal. I think I'm going to do is I am going to do a video every day. And you have to title it before you start, right? So I don't really know where I'm going to go. Right? I'm going to start off with a certain topic, but most likely I'll probably stray away from it. I don't really talk about something for so long, right? So today's title is what was the title? Trump's going to delay the election. What do I think about delaying the election? Well, I think that it's a great idea. Why don't we just skip the election altogether? Just have Trump for 4 more years. Yeah, 4 more years. Okay, for full disclosure, I'm going to be honest with you and you be honest with me. I don't hate people for not liking Trump because Trump is a kook. He's crazy. And I like Trump, though. I'm not going to lie. I like him. Is he crazy? Yes, he is crazy. But is he smart? Yes, he's very smart. Can he speak well? No, he does not speak well. Does he unite the country as good as he could? No, he does not do that either. But he seems really good with the economy. And every other country is terrified of him, wouldn't dare mess with him because they're afraid he'll nuke them the first chance he gets. So we haven't had, if you haven't noticed, we haven't had any attacks from anyone while Trump's in office. Why? Because he's terrified of them. Now just think, if Bernie Sanders was president, I like Bernie, don't get me wrong. Bernie has a good heart, I think. But he's too good. I think if you were an enemy of the country, that would be the time to attack, is when Bernie is in office. Now, I know he's not running for office now. But Biden, I think, is almost in the same boat. Now, Biden, don't get me wrong, I actually like Biden. I liked Biden in the past. And I actually liked him way back when he was running against Obama. And I thought he was really sharp. And his history is really impressive. And he's really a sharp guy. He was a great lawyer. And he was really, really smart when he was younger. But now that he's older, some people handle age better than others. Let's just face it, some people do. And he's not handling it too well. Now, there was actually some people on the Democratic side that I actually liked, would consider voting for. But Biden won. Biden, anyways, he just seems like to me he needs to retire. because I think he had his better days behind him. And so, anyways, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the election. Should we postpone the election? Should we? Why would we postpone? Why would we postpone? This is about live. So one thing about live, I can't erase it. It's there. It's out there. It's terrible. Let me get some of this liquid courage. Delicious. Anyways, so the reason why you would postpone the election is because coronavirus is everywhere. It's in your face. Don't touch your face. Coronavirus is all over the place. But so that would be the logic, I guess. But it's not a good logic. It's not a valid reason to do it because stores are open. You can mail in the ballots. You know, there's when people are going back to school, people going back to work. I mean, how hard is it to drop a ballot in a box? You know what I'm saying? So it's realistically not a valid reason to postpone the election. By no means. Now, I can understand if logistically, if all of a sudden they did want to do the mail-in voting, which I don't agree with. I mean, because you could do absentee voting, right? You can do absentee right now. No problem. Anybody can do it. If you don't want to go poll, you want to go vote, you're afraid of the cooties, the corona, then you can do absentee. But if you want to feel like you're making sure your vote counts and goes into the little slot, you can go in yourself, and that should be your right as well. Making it mandatory, shady. I did a whole video on that, by the way, so I'm not going to get into that again. I keep laughing because I'm looking at AOL News, which is probably not the best source, but I was in a hurry, so I went on to AOL to see what's going on in the world, and they got this advertising. It's Shark Week. No, it's on Discovery Channel. Shark Week, and they got Tyson versus Jaws, and it's pretty darn humorous. And they keep cycling different pictures, and they're all comical. So I wish I could show you. I'm gonna try to figure a way where I can do a video and also show you a clip of something. That would be awesome, I think. All right. So anyhow, so here's the deal. I have no deal. I'm falling apart. I got 30 minutes to cover. My goal is to do a 30-minute show. And truthfully, I don't think I've ever spoke for 30 minutes in my entire life. For straight 30 minutes. So it's going to be awkward. And I wasn't really prepared today. I was in a hurry. This idea came to me today. I am not like one to plan things too much. You know what I'm saying? I get an idea, I just do it. And then I just wing with it and see how it goes. So yeah, I probably should have made a game plan. That would have probably been a good idea. Maybe take some notes. That would have been a good idea. I ordered some people get really into planning something before they do it. I'm the opposite. I do it and plan to see where I fell apart. Where did I fall apart? How can I improve it? So that's where I'm at with this gig. So I just jumped in. I had the idea, and then I just jumped in. Just did it. No planning, no crew, no lighting. New location that throws me off as well. I used to do my stuff downstairs in the kitchen, but now I'm upstairs. So this is throwing me off as well. A little different. So let's see here. Let's see what's on the news real quick. Anything totally exciting? They came back to Earth, the Tesla crew, SpaceX. SpaceX has come back yesterday, I believe it was. And, I mean, I guess they made a big deal of it, you know, and I guess I'm glad they made it, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad they came back safely. But it came alive. Astronauts recount wild ride home on SpaceX on the Dragon. But let's face it, they didn't really do anything new. They they've been doing that same kind of mission where they fly up in a rocket and they land in a capsule into the ocean for how long now? 50 years. The first time we did it was over 50 years ago. And then they've been doing it with Russia for a long time. We had the space shuttle. So yeah, I'm glad they made it back. And I'm glad that Tesla's, or not, SpaceX's company was still, didn't like fail. So I want to see them go to Mars and stuff and all those different things they got going on. But it's kind of anticlimactic though. I mean, it's like we've seen this done 50 years ago. It's like watching a 1950 Packard or something. Is that even a thing? I don't even know. So I don't even know cars were back in 1950. But it's not new. It would be cool if there was like one of those rockets. I know Tesla's working on them that lands down on it was like, instead of like parachuting, it uses rockets to come to a nice soft landing. Now that would have been exciting. And I'm excited that we're going back to the moon. Because last I heard, so in case you haven't been watching my shows, there's a few things I'm into. And that's probably what I'm going to do. I hate to admit it, but I'm into politics. I can't help it. It's right now. It's a election year, so it's everywhere. Can't get away from it. I like conspiracy theories. I like space. I like cars, motorcycles, that kind of stuff. Science, all kinds of cool things. So I like that kind of stuff. So I'm glad we're going back to the moon. But last I heard in a conspiracy kind of bubble was, didn't we get kicked out of the moon? Have you heard that? Or is it just me? I heard that we were going to the moon and then they found some moon people, some aliens. And the aliens said, don't come back.
As we descended through the atmosphere, the thrusters were firing almost.
Don't come back now, because this is ours. Don't be coming over here on our moon. Because supposedly, I don't know if you heard this or not, I don't know if this is true or not, this is what I heard, that the moon, what in the world? All right, let's see here. That the moon is hollow. That the moon is an artificial satellite. What the? Stop talking. Okay. That the moon is an artificial satellite. That basically what I'm saying is what I heard. Not that I believe it or not. I'm agnostic in that sense. I'm agnostic about everything. So almost everything to me is possible or not possible. I mean, it could or could not have happened. I don't know about everything. So is the moon a hollow satellite? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. But anyways, the theory is that somebody had brought the moon to Earth, to orbit the Earth, to check out, to monitor us or to do whatever. Maybe they planted humans on Earth or something. But anyhow, supposedly it's hollow and they got aliens on there. They got mooners, not Martians, but mooners, Moonsians. And they're living on the moon and they're watching us. I don't know why. I don't know, come down here and take over. Maybe they did at one point. And there was a big battle and we kicked them out. Or maybe there was another planet, another species who said, you can't mess with these primitive, stupid people. You have to leave them alone because you're advanced or something. And these guys are monkeys, basically. So whatever the reason is, supposedly there's people on the moon. There's another life form on the moon. And they told the moon people that, or the astronauts, can't come back now, y'all. So I don't know why we're going back, but I think it has something to do with Trump. Trump conspiracy, you heard it from me first. So what's happened is Trump. Now I followed Trump before he was president. You know, I liked him on The Apprentice, and I read his books on how to negotiate anything. He's a negotiator, right? He negotiates. But maybe his skills are more than just earthly bound, building buildings. Maybe his skills also could apply to people living on the moon. So maybe he had a meeting with them moon people and said, look, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I know his style too. Here's what he would do. He'd say, we're going to put a base on your moon. So either you allow us to do it, we will leave you alone. You stay on that side. We'll stay on this side. We won't bother you. You don't bother us. Either you allow us to do this, or we're going to blow up the moon. We got the technology now. We will nuke the whole moon and destroy it completely, and nobody will have it. What are you going to do about that? And maybe, even though maybe these moon people are more advanced, maybe they're kind of friendly, or that maybe they just don't have the numbers to attack Earth for some reason. Maybe they're not allowed to. I don't know. But I think he negotiated some terms. So now we can go back and have our little base, start digging holes in the ground, have our little launch spot. Because basically, I think that the moon really isn't the goal. The goal is to have a place to launch off from, right? Because leaving the Earth's gravity is a pain in the butt. It's too much gravity, too much. But the moon's gravity is nothing. It's your base. So basically, they could send a bunch of small ships, right, packed with small pieces, like IKEA stuff, right? They could call IKEA to pack their spaceship because they are so good. If you never had IKEA furniture, go to IKEA. It is amazing how they can get a huge desk in a box this big. They have some kind of Swedish crazy technology. So they do the same thing. They call the Swedish people to get a intergalactic planetary spaceship in a box this big, maybe a couple boxes, maybe 2 or 3. They assemble it on the moon, in the moon warehouse. They assemble it, and then they can launch it from the moon because the gravity is really light. And they can send a bunch of fuel over. You know, they could have a Earth-Moon pipeline and just send fuel up there, and fuel it to the moon, and then just launch that sucker right to Mars, and outwards from beyond past Mars, right? Because they need a jump location. That's the moon. Because there's not much there. It's cold, no atmosphere. Just a bunch of Martians. So I know you probably didn't watch my other video, since I'm just babbling here. Elon Musk, he is like this guy is a pretty amazing guy. He's got the Tesla, got SpaceX, he's got the Boring Company. You know what I mean? Boring is digging a hole in the ground. Now, he's using the Boring Company for a bunch of stuff here on Earth, right? He wants to build some roads under cities. That way he can avoid traffic. His logic is you keep boring holes lower and lower and lower into the Earth because you only have so much you can go above the Earth. Like you do a lane here on the ground, on the surface. Maybe you could do an overpass. Maybe another overpass. But underground, you keep going down and down and down until it gets too hot from the molten lava. That's his logic. But that same technology, think about it, that same technology, he can bore the moon, he can bore Mars, he can bore Uranus. But think about it. If you're going to have a habitat on Mars or the moon, would all the radiation all the fluctuation in temperatures, wouldn't it be better to be underground instead of trying to build a building that can resist all that? If you just dig a tunnel underground, that would be the ground itself, the dirt, the soil, is insulation. You wouldn't have to use so much AC or a heater because the ground would insulate naturally, like a mole, like mole people. Of course, if you bore too far down on the moon, you will end up in the hollow moon and fall right in. Oops. All right. So let's see what's going on besides that in the world. Oh no. So by all means, make some comments. Give me some ideas. Filling up 30 minutes of nonstop talking, it's kind of hard. And I'm trying to get good at this. The funny thing is, I usually don't talk much at work and stuff. It's not my thing. All right, listen. People talk madness anyways. So, if you have any show ideas or topics, by all means, put it in the comment box. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, by the way, for more commentary. I know this show sucked. It sucks, right? It's probably going to suck for a while. Who knows? But I would appreciate it. And in the end, if I do this long enough, right, I'm assuming I'd get better because that's what you do with practice, right? Don't give up. Never give up. Yeah, I mean, I gotta admit, thinking back of all these people, all those professions, I think it's just the coolest jobs ever. I think back of Howard Stern. I used to drive to work and just think, what a cool job he's got. He just goofs around, talks madness, and of course he has guests. That'd be nice. And it just seemed like the best job. And then nowadays, Joe Rogan, he's got this great podcast, got great guests, talks to everybody, makes a ton of money. The goal, of course, in life is to find a job you just love to do. And I've done all these videos. I've done probably 450 videos, but never live. Well, not say never live. I did a couple live ones. And live ones are scary, right? So I've gotten pretty comfortable doing the recorded ones. I got pretty good at editing, making sure it kind of goes kind of smoothly. So, but live is different, definitely. So anyhow, they're changing the name. This is pretty interesting as well. They're changing the name of froze up on me. The Washington Redskins? Okay, one other thing about me that you might want to know. I don't really follow sports. I don't. I don't follow sports. Don't ask me why. Why? Because I think I'm too competitive. When I watch a sport, I get too involved. I get emotionally drained afterwards. Not only that, but I'm a world-class athlete right here. I'm not a spectator. I'm a player. So I don't like to watch other people doing stuff. I'd rather try to do it myself. And I definitely do get too involved. What I do like is watching boxing, especially back in the day. So anyhow, the Washington Redskins, I think this is a pretty interesting story. They're going to change their name, I guess, to the... What's going to be? Oh, the Washington football team. I think it's funny because, here's why I think it's funny. Not that I think that they shouldn't change their name. Yeah, they should change their name. I don't know much about Indians. I know they wear feathers on their head. No, that's back a long time ago. I don't insult any Indians. I don't really understand. I don't really don't know. I'm not really caught up on the Indian lifestyle. So I wasn't sure if the Redskins was an insult or compliment. I didn't know. I have no idea. I don't. So apparently, I was talking to my buddy that was all into football. He's telling me it's a straight up insult. It's like calling a white person a redneck. So it wasn't like paying homage to Indians. It wasn't like an insult. So if that's the case, I don't know if it is 100% or not. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know one way or another. If it's an insult, they should change the name without a doubt. If there was like if the Redskins was like something that the Indians came out with, saying like, or Navy SEALs is like, oh, you pay homage to the Navy SEALs, and you call a football team the Navy SEALs because they're like, whoa, they're bad, then that'd be cool. But if it's not, if it's straight up an insult, then no. I don't know. But if it is an insult, they should change the name. They changed it to Washington Football Team. I think that's funny because I named, well, not officially named, but we have a cat, and I call the cat the cat. And we have a dog, and I call the dog the dog. You know, and at work, I'm a supervisor, and we have these groups. And in my group, my team, or group, I call it this group, is the best group. That's the name of my group. We're supposed to name our groups. It's the best group. That's the name of it. It's the name and the description. So when it says the Washington Football Team, they should just leave it that way. I think it's pretty funny. Just leave it. It's supposed to be temporary until they get a different name. But I think I kind of like that. The Washington Football Team. It's just kind of silly, but funny. All right, so we're almost going. We're almost there to 30 minutes. I can't believe I did it. I'm sorry the show sucked, but it got kind of fun after a while. So kind of like freestyling, which is just going with the flow. Drinking my beverage. Coffee, of course, because you're not supposed to drink anything else. Oh, well, we got a couple minutes left. I'm gonna try to stick to 30 minutes. It's like my goal. So I still got a couple minutes left. So let's see what else we got. Anyways, hit like and subscribe for more. Like I said, show sucked, but it'll get better. Probably. Maybe. And maybe I can get some phone numbers we can call people. I gotta get my equipment better. I need some better equipment. Right now I'm using my iPhone 7 with this microphone. But I like to get a real mic. I like to get I don't know. I like to be able to keep my phone free so I could call people on speakerphone or something. And then we could have phone guests. And I like to get a screen so I can like show you stuff, like videos. That would be tight. If you have any ideas, by all means, let me know. All right. So, all right. Well, I guess that is 30 minutes. It is 1 o'clock. Thanks for watching. We did it. We did it. All right. Tomorrow, I'll see you here. Same place. Same time. Hopefully get some third shifters. I used to work third shift, and we were dying for content, for something to watch, something to listen to. So hopefully I can fill that need a little bit, have a little bit of entertainment for the third shift, or the people that just can't fall asleep. I'm sure I could bore you to sleep. Thanks for watching, Paul Stick.